Hey, you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. Or should I say, hello, uglies?
Hello, guys.
It is that time of year, honey. Dragula is back, and today we are here to
Back,
discuss
back,
the
back
first
again.
two episodes of season 666 of Dragula. So, before we get into it, just want to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are so close to our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and the only way we can get there is if you subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment because y'all have been showing out in the comments here lately, and we thank you for that. And always hit that bell notification so you never miss when we upload a video. Now, Miss Cashapp, what did we think at the beginning of season 666 of Dragula?
Um, these are some interesting episodes.
I know episodes 2 Runway probably triggered you a lot because there was a lot of scary clowns.
It really did.
There was a lot of scary clowns. I'm like, this is a doll challenge. Why are there clowns? I'm like, I get it. A doll can be a clown, but that's not what we want here.
I think because everybody was thinking like Raggedy Ann and those stupid little porcelain clowns that were all the rage like late 90s.
Oh,
Am
yeah,
I
my
so
granny had a
loud? I'm
collection of
sorry.
porcelain dolls. They weren't clowns. They were just regular dolls, and they used to creep me out. I'm like, can
Mm.
we please put them somewhere else? But yeah, the first two really good episodes. The one queen that I really just found annoying went home episode 2. So,
Hey.
although we'll talk about it, I don't really think she should have been up for extermination, but I really think she was just getting on their nerves, and they're like, you know what? You gotta go. You gotta go,
Mm.
honey. But since we got 2 episodes to get into it, let's go ahead and get into it. Woo! Alright, so we start off the episode with the Boulets waking up in their bed, and you can see all the dead bodies all over the place. This is beautiful. I'm not sure if this is their real house or not, but these are some beautiful shots. I'm like,
Mm.
I would love to be there, okay? So they drive to the studio, and season 6 is officially a go. So, one thing that I really liked going into the theater, you saw previous seasons posters as the flyers for the theater. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah.
So, up first we have Pie and also Vivi the Force. I could not get a solo shot of neither one, so we got Pie here in the pink and Vivi the Force here in the black. Now, if you're new here, we do a ranking system, or more like a grading system. If we love it, it can get an A plus. If we hate it, we give it an F. Typically, we don't say F. We usually say it's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me, dog. But the grades can go through any A plus to it's a no for me, dog. So let us know down in the comments what you think of these looks as well. Now we're gonna go relatively quick because there's so many looks to talk about. But what did you think of Pie, who's in the pink, and then Vivi the Force, who's in the black?
Um, if I'm thinking about like the glamour glitz stuff, I think I like Pie's better. Pie would get probably like an A minus for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Vivian Force, I think I think that would get an A minus actually
Okay, okay.
on the scary scale.
On the scary scale. For Pie, I thought it was fun. I really like that silhouette. I give it a B plus. Now Miss Vivi the Force over here, oh that gets an A all the way. As soon as they started walking through, I'm like, okay, yes, 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 yes. I need more of this. I need more of this from them immediately. And I
Hmm.
will say Vivi, if my memory serves correct, we'll remember as we go along. But I think Vivi came with the looks. So up next we had Desiree Dick, who is right here in the middle in the red, and she's a little shady thing.
Oh
Real
yeah.
shady. I was like, oh, she's gonna be She's gonna be going the whole time. Well, actually, we can talk about
What?
Pie. Pie is Miss Shady. Miss Pie has been Miss Shady. I'm like, girl, what is? Why are you going back and forth with old girl? Like, quit.
Hmm.
One minute you hate her, one minute you're trying to be her friend, then you try to talk to her on the side. No, you started all this shit in front of everybody. Let's talk about this in front of everybody. Okay? But anyway, Desiree looks good here. This gets an A for me.
It gets an A from me too.
Up next, we know her from Drag Race Down Under, Season 2. Now she's here in Dragula, Season 6. It's Yuri! What did you think of Yuri's look?
This was like very reminiscent of like Drag Race, very polished, but it was still. But I was like, I'm pretty sure, like once the season gets going, because of where she's at, you're gonna get that avant-garde stuff. So for this being an entrance look, I give it an A.
I really enjoyed Yuri's entrance look. It did reminisce. It did give me very much of her days on Drag Race, even though she is trying hard to get away from it. She was like, I was on that other show. It wasn't me. I'm like, baby, it's okay to have a mix, because we had J. Jolie on here as well. Which, out of all the queens.
And J. Jolie turned out to be trans.
And J. Jolie, out of all the queens from Drag Race, J. Jolie was not on my list to have pop up in Dragula. But she came in and did good, okay? She did good.
If I remember our critiques correctly, we were really impressed with her, actually.
Overall, I really enjoyed J. Jolie. But yeah, Yuri, she's trying hard to, cut the ribbon from Drag Race.
Distance herself from that other show, and it was so funny because I really liked how they were like, "You were on that other show, weren't you?" Was on that other show, but we're not going to talk about that other show.
Yeah, it was funny to me because some of the queens recognized her, and I was like, okay, so we have some international fans here. Because, Down Under, not a lot of people watch Down Under. But, Pi even mentioned that, they followed Yuri just from the makeup skills before Drag Race.
Right.
So, yeah, for Yuri, I really enjoyed this. This gets an A for me. I'm going to need her to get it together. Because both episodes, if we're going to be honest, she could have been in the bottom for both episodes. Not up for extermination, but in the bottom. Because they didn't have that, that one person, are they going to be in the bottom or not for episode 2? It was just, you two were bad, you four were great. Like, you could tell from critiques, you two are finna be up for extermination. There's no, there's 3 people who did bad. Who's it going to be?
No, we just knew.
We just knew. Up next is Gray Matter from Houston, Texas. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rooting for everybody black and gray this season. We also had Jahara come in. Now, Jahara is in this green and black, and Gray Matter is obviously in the gray and black. What did you think of these two looks?
I'm trying to figure out where Gray Matter got all that material from. I'm not a big fan of Gray Matter's look.
Mm-hmm.
It gets like a C from me.
Mm-hmm.
It's very underwhelming. And Jahara's look, she reminds me of another queen that was on here recently. With this look. Went home fairly early.
Huh?
I said they went home fairly early. But this also gets a C from me.
Okay. For me, I believe I'm going to give Gray and Jahara both a B. Gray, I'm confused like you. I'm not exactly sure what Gray was going for. Like, I like the puffiness, but the parts that aren't puffy are wrinkly. And so I'm not sure if it's just a size too big or like what's going on here. But the makeup, like neck up for both of them.
Right. The makeup is Caroline.
So moving on to Sakilla, I believe is how they pronounce their name. Sakilla?
Scylla.
Scylla.
It's Scylla.
It's Scylla. Okay.
Scylla.
Scylla. It's just that S is silent.
Scylla like Priscilla.
So Scylla, who got on every nerve I had these 2 episodes, was talking the most trash after walking in like this.
Mad talking mad noise the whole
And it
time.
didn't help once she got that thing of immunity.
It was lucky she got that scroll of immunity.
She needed it. She was talking all that noise. Somebody, I don't need it. Yeah, you do.
Needed it.
You needed it. Your own drag mother was reading you, honey.
I would have been okay. I didn't need it. Yes, you did. You really did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a no for me,
this
dog.
look.
Yeah, this is a no for me, dog.
I agree.
Up next is Severity Stone.
Oh, Severity.
Now, Severity is over here on the left. What did you think of Severity's look?
You know, I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
The makeup needs a lot of help, but other than that, I like the look itself. So I give it an A.
I also give it an A. I thought this is one of my favorite looks of the week. And it's so different from the others. It stands out in a good way. So yeah, I agree with the A. Moving on to Auntie Heroine. Auntie is right here in the middle, who is the drag mother of Scylla.
Auntie, I thought.
No, it's her child, but her name is Auntie. So that's probably why they were like... Because when somebody said Auntie, her name is Auntie, so Auntie is her mother.
Okay, yeah.
Auntie Heroine, what did you think of this look?
Huh?
What did you think of this look?
I actually kind of like this look. I could do the dress in a different color, but it's not for me, it's for her. So, I actually kind of like it. The makeup is unique, is different. I'll give it an A.
I agree with your A, but you know what is funny to me? It's like every look we pop up. You know what? I actually liked it. Were you expecting not to like it? That's why I chuckle every time. I'm like, were you expecting not to? Because you're like, I actually like this. Like, we've seen 8 episodes and they just been shit the whole time. And you're like, you know what? I actually like this one.
No, just, like, we spend 98% of our year looking at fashion queens and glamour queens and the occasional alt queen. And so then you get into a room where, like, every look is alt, so I have to, like, switch the mental, flip the mental switch. Okay, completely different standard of drag here.
But yes, I agree with this A for Auntie. Up next is Asia Consent. And I'm saying it now. I think she's going to win. I need her to win already. I love her. I love her. Although we're going to talk about that look this week because although it was great, I don't think it fit the description, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that wasn't... It was somebody else's definition of a doll.
No, we're talking about episode 1. Episode 2, I was fine.
Episode 1.
Yeah, we'll get there. But this was the queen that got her wig snatched off, and then everybody tried to read her for it. And nobody believed her. I'm like...
But she did show up without a wig. Did you not watch the dailies? Did you not watch the reel of her coming down the hallway with a wig on?
Well, I doubt they don't...
I doubt they let them watch that. I doubt they let them watch that.
Yeah, I doubt they let them watch that. I imagine they just sit them down and tell them, "What did you think?" But yeah, it. I just didn't like how they were all like, "How you gonna come in bald?" I'm like, "Bitch."
Yeah, I
And
decided to come in bald. That's why I have a stocking cap on my
that
head.
part, because if I'm gonna come in bald, why do I have a stocking cap on? I would have done something with my natural hair, or if you're bald like me, I would have painted it all the way back if I'm gonna do a bald look. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I would have did something to
I wouldn't just
justify
come
the
in a wig
bald.
cap. Yeah, that I didn't like that. But I wish we could have saw the
At
wig
all.
because in the hallway you couldn't really see the wig good enough to go with the full outfit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need to go to her
It really
Instagram to see
got.
if she posted
And
it.
I'm like, now I want to know who told them to snatch the wig and not give it back. You'd have thought the producers would have been like, okay, cut. All right, give me the wig back.
Oh no. The Boulets love shit like this. It probably wasn't planned. The person that was running up and down the hallway probably didn't mean to, but because you know you're in it, you just got to keep going with what you just did. I bet the
Right.
boys loved it. I bet they loved it. They love stupid.
I bet they did. I just hope she got her $500 wig back.
I hope so too. Asia, did you get your wig back, girl? Cause if not, the Boulets owe you $500.
In addition to.
Yeah. So like, I don't think it's fair to judge the look, but from the neck down, it does look cool. So I'm gonna give it a minus because I feel like
I
the
agree
wig.
with your A
I
minus.
feel like the wig would have took it over, but we don't have a wig to look at. So
Yep.
up next is Aurora Gosmic. Now Aurora's giving us the Little Red Riding Hood here in the middle. I thought this
Mm-hmm.
was stunning. It gets
I
a
love it
it
though.
gets an
It's
A
so
minus for me.
elegant.
Yeah, gets an A minus for me. And for some reason, Scylla just decided to hate this queen.
Well, I think they know each other in Chicago, in the Chicago circuit, but Scylla just had like an immediate visceral reaction to
Yeah, because she
Aurora.
don't think she should be there because she said somewhere in the first or even the second episode that she's been to a few of her shows. She doesn't do like the horror drag like the rest of them.
It was literally during her introduction.
But what gets me is horror is just one of the elements. There's filth and there's glamour. She
Exactly.
she falls under glamour. We've had other glamour girls come in. Melissa B. Fierce, she was a glamour girl.
Yep.
J. Jolie, glamour girl. Sigourney
Yep.
Beaver, glamour girl.
Glamour girl.
Oh, I love Sigourney. I had a good time when I met her.
She has great freaking. She told me I asked her. I was like, "You have really great tits." She goes, "I have a really great doctor."
But yes, what is your score for Aurora?
Oh, this is an A for me. This is an A plus. I love this look.
Up next, returning from season 2 of Dragula, it's Majesty.
Mercy Majesty.
Now, for those who, we didn't cover season 2 on the channel. That was way before we started reviewing drag related content. I was a big fan of James Majesty at the time. And my fandom has not gone away because as soon as Majesty walked through, I'm like, oh, we're back. Oh, we're back. We're back. And I love how right off the jump, she addressed the whole, why are you here instead of on Titans? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I get it. You've completely rebranded yourself. But I still would have been like, no, sis, you need to go to Titans. Because how many times just looking at, just the Drag Race All Stars, how many times has a queen come back with a whole new stick, a whole new gimmick, a whole new queen?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it several times. So I'm happy she's here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rooting for her. But this just proves that something about season 2 of Dragula, I'm guessing that's the Boulet's favorite season. Because more than half of that cast has come back in one way or another. Now, season 2 was great, but in my opinion, season 3 was better, but we're not here to talk about that. But yeah, Majesty, this looks great. This gets a B for me.
Um, yeah. Yeah, I guess I agree with your B. I think I'll give it more of a B minus.
So, these are all of our monsters, our ghouls, for season 6 of Dragula. Who had your favorite
666 again.
season 666? So, who had your favorite look out of all these entrance looks?
I'm gonna have to say Aurora.
Aurora does have a great look. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with. I might have to. No. No. I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with Vivi the Force. I really like that look. We're gonna go with Vivi. So Israel showed up, and has escorted them inside the theater where they were met by the season 5 winner. It was good to see Neo again. I forgot Neo does the hair way back here, but Neon Huru was there. Neon Huru X. And officially welcomes them to season 6 of Dragula. Dragula. So, not the alarm goes off, but the Boulets pop up on the TV screen, on the theater screen. And they announce that this week's runway is horror icons. So you have to reimagine a horror icon of your choice, of course. But first, you have to survive a haunted house and find the scroll of immunity. First of all, that haunted house was a lot. It really was.
It was.
It was.
It looked like a lot.
But yeah, so they leave out. They go through the haunted house. I would not have liked this, not one bit. I don't do scary. That's why I'm like, I don't think I would ever do Dragula. Y'all make me do and eat weird stuff here. Swimming with sharks. No, I don't. No. Stabbing me with needles. No. I'm good. I'm good.
Tattoos I can't remove.
And yeah, probably. I wouldn't mind the tattoo. You finna pay for a tattoo? Baby, hold on. I'll get the craziest thing you want. And that'll be a great story. Here it is. The fans will be asking. I'm like, oh yes, here's the tattoo. Hold on. Let's get in the picture. Baby, shoot. But yes, Miss Scylla found the scroll of immunity. And apparently not everybody saw her find it because she brought it up, when they got back into the workroom. Ooh, not the workroom.
In the lab.
In the lab. But yeah, they continue on, and then it is the next day or even later that day, I don't know. They walk in and they get their merch from the Boulets. And Scylla announces that she has the power of immunity. And trust me, she needed it.
They needed it.
So, everybody's getting ready, getting their costumes together, and now let's get to the main stage. Up first, we have our hostesses with the mostesses, the Boulet brothers. What did you think of the Boulets for the premiere episode of Dragula 666?
I love these except for the shin guards. I could have did it without the shin guards.
Yeah, the shin guards kind of threw me out of it for a little bit. Yeah, I see that.
It's like without the shin guards, it's like an A++. With the shin guards, it kind of drops it down to like a B.
Oh, hey, I still give it an A-. I'm still giving it an A-. But this week, we are joined by Jamie Clayton, an actress/model. She played Pinhead in the remake of the movie. And then we have Akilah Cooper. So, the category for this week is Horror Icons Reimagined. Now, we've talked about this before, but if you were asked to reimagine a horror icon today, which horror icon would you have chosen?
Let's see here. There's so many.
There is.
And I don't watch a lot of scary movies.
I don't either.
I think okay, it would be really niche, but I'll probably have to do something from like the movie Seven.
Okay. Okay.
Seven? I believe it's Seven. Cause I forgot. I think it's Seven. It might not be Seven. It was this movie where all these people ended up being different personalities of this one dude. And like at the end, he would like impersonated like a child or something and still ended up being the murderous personality. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I would do some type of play on that.
Okay. Now, see, my first thought for horror icon wasn't technically a horror icon, so I was like, well, let me think again, because my first thought,
I'm a thriller person.
like, my first thought was the Hex Girls from Scooby Doo. Listen, that was scary growing up. Anyway, I think I would have done a nod to. I'm trying to think which one scares me the most. I think I would have went for I think I would have done Scream.
Scream?
Yeah, I think I would have done Scream. And then like keep revealing different masks, because there's been so many people who's been behind the Scream mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you said Scream, and for whatever reason, my mind immediately went to Saw.
Oh God, no! Oh, I could do that. Come out on the little bike, roll to the end of the runway, and look at the Boulets. You want to play a game?
Oh yes, but I think that's been done on the show. Somebody's done Saw.
Yeah, but it wasn't
before.
done correctly, so.
I know. I mean, it would just be your interpretation. I don't know what my interpretation would be.
But yes, let's get into these horror icons. Up first, we have Grey Matter. Now, I have a list of who they all did. Here we go. So, Grey Matter did Leatherface. What did you think of Grey Matter?
It's actually a really good look.
It really is.
But they are they come from haunted houses. So I'm going to show that their gore looks would look like really, really good. I give this I thought about our ranking system.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, we should probably alternate for the Boulets instead of like A, B, C, D. It's a no for me, dog.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like, maybe we should do Screams.
Do what?
Screams.
Screws?
Scream.
Screw.
Scream.
Scream?
Screams.
Oh, screams. Some phrases say screwed. I'm like, are you trying to get chopped and screwed? Screwed, chopped and screwed. I'm sorry, y'all don't know nothing about T-Pain. Let me stop.
But that's something we can discuss later.
Oh yeah.
And test it.
Yeah.
So on a grading scale, on a regular grading scale, I give this an A.
I agree with your A. I thought this was, as soon as I saw it, I got the Leatherface. I saw the inspiration. I love the take that Gray took on it. So I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Up next is Jahara. And Jahara did The Creature from the Black Lagoon. I thought this was fun. You know, it is just a bodysuit, but I feel like it was embellished well. I love the scales that were put on. The makeup.
Mm-hmm.
The makeup. Quit playing with my girl. This gets an A for me.
I agree with your A, especially since the shoes and the bodysuit lead into each other and you can't tell the difference.
Amazing. Amazing. Up next, we have Asia Consent. And she did Art the Clown, which is the clown from the Terrifier movies.
Mm.
Yeah, I've never seen them, but I've seen the clips, you know, the on TikTok and Twitter.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. But yeah, I didn't get that from that. I was like, oh, and even afterwards when they were talking about it, I'm like, I don't see Terrifier the Clown. I don't see him. I don't see the Terrifier clown.
I don't see Art the Clown either.
Yeah, I don't see that clown. And I'm like, this is a great look.
It's a beautiful look.
Amazing look.
Just for the look is an A plus. But it's not the assignment.
It's not the assignment, so I'm going to have to take off some points. So for me, this was a minus.
It's a B.
Oy.
It wasn't the assignment.
Up next, we have Auntie Heroine. Now, Auntie Heroine was Audrey the Second. Let me see where Audrey the Second comes from. Let's see.
Audrey 2.
Audrey 2.
She comes from Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors. Okay, I knew that. It just threw me off seeing it that way. But yes, what did
she looks like an artichoke?
She does kind of look like an artichoke. What did you think of Auntie Heroine?
This is very polished, which makes me love it. So it gets a B.
This gets A minus for me. I really like it. Moving on to Pie. Pie is giving us the sandworm.
The sandworm from Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Ah, don't say it a third time. I ain't got time to deal with that.
Because, anyways, God bless it trend on TikTok. You're so cute.
But I thought this was fun. It brought the camp element to it. I thought it was good. I give this a B plus.
I'm good with your B plus.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you got quiet there. I'm like,
I had to think about what my particular criteria was.
All right, moving on to Vivi the Fourth. And now Vivi did Pinhead, which she did it in front of Pinhead. I couldn't get a full shot without the name there, so we're gonna have to look around the name. But I really like this. I was shocked the Pinhead lady didn't really care for it. You know, she liked it, but you know, she had, you know, a bit of critique for it. I'm like, I got the reference immediately. I did agree about the skull not matching the head. That did take me out while watching the floor performance. So because of that, it gets an A minus.
I agree with your A minus, but it's really hard to get latex to dry an appropriate color. But they could have fixed that by painting it.
That was my thought. I'm like, once it was done, get some white paint or you use
not paint. They could have got white makeup and put it on it because white makeup would have had a lot more flex.
Yeah, I was going to say just use the same as your makeup on it, so it would be the exact same color. But I really like this, so it really hurt my feelings when the Pinhead lady liked it but didn't like it. Up next is Aurora Gosmic. What did you think of Aurora?
She
was the mummy. I'm sorry, she was the mummy.
Huh?
So I'm sorry, she was the mummy.
Yeah, I figured that. I got that. I could look at her and tell she was the mummy. Apparently nobody else could.
I got it. As soon as she walked out, I was like, oh, mummy.
Yeah. I got the mummy. Everybody was louder. I don't know what you were. Why does everybody want to give Aurora Gosmic a hard time? It's ridiculous.
I mean, it was spearheaded by Scylla. And now that she's gone, maybe it'll slow down a little bit. But anyway, go
Right.
ahead. Go ahead.
Ooh, jealous bee. Anyway, this I love this. Again, very polished, very refined. A little too clean, but I give it an A minus.
I give this a B minus. Because although I do get mummy, it just, I don't know. Like,
Strange
I like
Bride
it.
of Frankenstein.
Yeah, I think it's because, why is she green? I think that's my biggest thing. Why are you green? Like, I get it, you're trying to make it your own, but yeah. And then we have
You don't
this.
ever really see the faces of mummies, and depending on what cartoon or movie you're looking at, it could be black, it could be green, it could be brown, it could be violet sky, it could be
I was just going to come in with that. I was like, I'm glad we're on the same wavelength there. But up next is Desiree Dick. Now, Desiree was giving the Scrap Baby from the Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm shocked they didn't like this. That really confused me because as soon as I saw this, I'm like, yes! And then the Boulets read her down. I'm like, whoa. Whoa. So for me, this is an A. I'm giving it an A.
This is an A.
All right, moving on.
Maybe if she'd have came in as the scrap dog, it would have been different.
Up next is Severity Stone. Now, Severity was giving us the Candyman. If there wasn't a coat there, I wouldn't have got Candyman.
I wouldn't have either.
Because the coat immediately, oh, that's Candyman. I know that coat. But the rest of this,
right.
I'm like, where are we going here? But you could already see it here. She was already in her head here.
Yes.
You can already see at this point she was in her head. So for
you
me,
can see it on her face here.
Yeah, for me, this is a no for me, dog.
Yeah, it's gotta be a no for me, dog, too.
Up next Up next is Scylla, and Scylla was giving us the Human Centipede. What did you think of Scylla?
Which is the nastiest movie I have never seen and don't ever want to see.
Never seen it. I don't know what they do in it. Don't care. So
you seen it?
Yeah, I see that.
Ugh.
So,
I don't ever want to see
what did you
movie.
think of Scylla?
I thought this was very poorly done. I had so many like negative reactions to it. A lot of it had to do with her personality, and I try to take those thoughts out of it. Because, you know, when you act ugly, you look ugly to me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't matter what's going on. But I just thought there was like little to no effort put into it. Like, you got a bunch of bodysuits and stuffed them and then tied them around your waist and was like, look, I'm in a movie.
Yeah. What is your score before I start?
It's a no for me, dog.
I agree with your it's a no for me, dog. One of my biggest things is you literally just tie fabric around your chest and around your hips. That's it. No. It's a no for me, dog. Up next is Yuri, who gave us Dragula. I love you, Yuri. I feel like they did you dirty on Down Under, but this is a no for me, dog. This is a no for me, dog. What did you think?
Yeah, I'm agree. They tried really hard, and they got caught up taking the thing off to get the bat wings.
Yeah.
And then once you get to that part, it looks really low effort outside of the wings. You just got a velvet bodysuit and put it on.
And the heels kind of throw me off. It don't go with the look.
Yeah.
I feel like a different shoe. I don't know what type of shoe would have worked here, but I don't think this particular heel works.
No.
Up next is Majesty, who also gave Dragula.
Nosferatu. Now this.
A plus.
A plus.
A plus plus plus.
So it.
I am shocked Majesty did not get the win this week. I'm gonna say it. I'm shocked she didn't win. And if you can't tell, Majesty was my favorite look this week. Which one was yours?
I have to agree.
Majesty.
It's between Majesty and like Auntie, and that's only because Auntie looks like an artichoke and I'm hungry.
My goodness. But the Boulets asked everyone to stay on the stage. They did announce who the safe monsters were. But they're like, can everybody stay on the stage? So everybody stayed. They listened to the critiques. And we found out that Asia is the winner of this week's challenge. She did great. She looked lovely. But it wasn't the prompt in my eyes. And I really thought this should have went to Majesty. Me personally. But we find out that afterwards, that in the bottom, everybody is, well, technically everybody. You know, there was 3 people who got negative critiques, but the Boulets announced, y'all are going to decide who's up for extermination.
Right.
So after you go to the cauldron, you're going to come back up here and tell your vote in front of everybody. I'm like, I thought it was going to be like a secret vote type of thing. No, they got to say their vote in front of everybody.
If you gonna come with the heat, then you have to smell the smoke. It's alright.
Yeah, and the only 2 people who are not up for to be voted for is, of course, Asia, because she won the challenge, and Zilla, because she found the scroll of immunity.
And
she better be lucky she found it. And she wanted to play like, yeah, you need it. Use it. Use it, girl.
I don't think I need it, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Because you
need it.
Your outfit was not up to par. You see what everybody else didn't put in.
Baby,
even
I saw
the
with
second
all 4
worst
eyes.
outfit.
You needed that. All 4 of these eyes seen it.
Look, she was living in the land of the Lulu.
And I can't say nothing. I live there too. But I live in the land of good Delulu. But we go to the cauldron. It gets a little spicy.
It's a lot of spicy.
A lot of spicy. I wish we had more time to get into it, but we're about 45 minutes in and we still need to hop on this second episode. We come back and each monster gets the vote. So, quickly I'll go over who everybody voted for. Gray voted for Majesty. I'm sorry, Gray voted for Desiree Dick. I'm looking at my notes wrong.
Yeah.
Up next, Vivi voted for Severity Stone. Then we had Jahara. Jahara voted for Severity Stone. Aurora voted for Yuri. Asia voted for Severity Stone. Scylla voted for Aurora Cosmic. Shocker. Severity voted for Aurora as well, which I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, oh, okay. I guess maybe if she thought she was in the bottom 2, she could beat Aurora. And she's like, okay, give me Aurora.
Yeah.
Auntie also voted for Severity. Yuri voted for Severity. Desiree voted for Majesty. Majesty voted for Pie, which these 2 were just so random. I'm like, wait, you're voting for Majesty? You're voting for Pie?
Why?
And then Pie voted for Severity. Now, if you was up there, who would you have voted for?
Since I couldn't vote for the person who needed to go.
That part.
I probably would have voted for severity as well.
I would have voted for Majesty as well.
Because you think there'd be competition?
Yes. Yes.
Then in that case, if we're going for competition, I think I probably would have voted for Auntie.
No, that's just me. You might have wanted to vote it fair. Everyone goes into it differently. Me, I would have been strategic, and then that would have had Aurora and Majesty with 2 votes. And how that would have worked. Would all 3 of them been up for extermination? Like, how would that would have worked? I would have voted for Majesty. So we do find out that it's Severity and Aurora who is up for extermination. And for this week's extermination, they're going to get on a plane to Hawaii and swim with sharks.
Yep.
Swim with who? Baby, the way we wouldn't even have to do the extermination. Boulets, I hate to hold. I don't want to hold you too long. But I ain't doing it. Just go ahead and exterminate me right here. What scene we doing for my death? Come on, let's go do it.
Hey, so what do the dailies look like? What shots do you have? How do you want to film this?
Baby, you want me to come? You want me to look scared when I walk in? You want me to look curious? Like what we doing here? Because who not finna get in the water with the sharks is me. Okay? Now, at first I thought it was with the cage. But then when she said no cage, I'm like, no cage? I'm like, what a cage, maybe. Maybe.
And here's what you have to understand, because sharks don't actually go for people.
That is true. But
That's
sometimes
just,
my brain don't
you know,
process what really happens, and I just think about the movie Jaws, and I'm like, no.
Stephen King just did a whole number on it.
For real. But yes.
And let us all, as like 4 or 5 generations, believe that sharks go for people. Now, have sharks gone for people? Yes. Sometimes it's by accident. Sometimes you just happen to be in the way of the fish they actually want.
And a lot of times you cut yourself on something, they smelt your blood.
Exactly.
My biggest thing about this is you couldn't let them get out their makeup. Did you make them fly from LA to Hawaii in their makeup?
I think they did. And I bet you they flew commercial.
In my makeup. No, baby, I'm gonna take this off. You gonna be mad at me. If I'm gonna do it, it's coming off. But there's the sharks. There they go. They're swimming. Yay. Okay, I'm done with it.
I'm trying to figure out what the criteria was. Like, how long did you have to stay in the water for them to be like, nah, you're gonna get eliminated?
Honestly, because Severity was so defeated, I feel like just the fact that Aurora dipped herself in there, that alone was enough to keep her.
I mean, Severity went in, she just didn't stay for very long.
Yeah. So they come out, and we find out that this week, Severity was exterminated. So she walks in, and she gets chased by the Boulets, goes into a trailer, and gets her face bashed in to a mirror. So, we're back into the laboratory.
Very apropos of the Candyman, considering they use the Candyman like Bloody Mary.
So, we come back into the laboratory the next day, and everybody is seeing... Oh, yeah. I said it like that last season, to the laboratory. Did you get out of my laboratory? You can blame Dexter for why I say laboratory. Okay?
Laboratory.
Did you get out of my laboratory? Anyway, the monsters come in, they see the dolls, and we should have known from here that it was going to be a doll challenge.
But when they sell these dolls, or are these dolls strictly on their website?
I wonder if they sell them. It says Barbie, so I wonder if like Barbie distributes these Dragula dolls. I might add that to the collection back here. It can't be this month because that root canal took every penny I had. But
That what took out everything you had?
that root canal, root canals, I got 2 done. Took all the pennies that I had.
Oh, I didn't even know you got them done.
Mm-hmm. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. I got them done. I was in so much pain. It's been over a week now. And it's just so nice not to be in pain. I didn't realize how long I was living with pain until now that I'm not. And I'm like, oh, I can actually, walk around my apartment because I didn't want to move. I would just be in one spot. I'm afraid I'm going to trigger something. Now, I'm rearranging stuff again. I'm eating food that I have, pushed away for so long because I knew it would make my teeth mad. It's been lovely.
Sounds like me with my back. My doctors I think I'm going to have to switch doctors.
Mm-hmm.
But I use the doctor as an excuse to, come down there and visit y'all.
I've been telling you since you moved down to Austin, you need to get a doctor down there.
But I'm gonna have to get a doctor down
listen,
there.
the wind could be blowing the wrong way, and you can come visit us, honey. That ain't you never need a reason, honey. You could just be like, I feel like coming. Just let me know. I normally don't have plans, and if I do, I'll stop you. Be like, oh wait, try tomorrow. Because you're gonna be mad. You're gonna knock on that door. And I ain't there.
Oh no, I'm not gonna drive 2 hours to get turned away.
But we're back in the laboratory. They're all wondering who it could be. Everyone had a feeling it was Severity. And then right off the jump, Scylla once again coming for Aurora. And then here comes Aurora walking in through the door. I'm like, girl, let it go. That hatred you have for this lady, let it go.
It is ridiculous.
It is weird.
It is weird.
It is weird.
Ooh, and what makes it worse is because had they stayed on the season any longer, it definitely would have gave Titans energy again.
I was worried that I was wondering if Severity was going to come back too, or come back later in the episode. Because for the past few seasons, including Titans, the first monster to go came back, but it looks like Severity's gone, especially since we've had a second elimination.
Right, but it was giving Titans energy with the whole love, hate, I hate you, secretly I'm really in love with you type energy, because that's what it was giving. And I'm just like, if you don't shut the up.
But speaking of shutting up, the alarm goes off. They step to the side of the laboratory, and the Boulets pop up with this week's challenge. So this week they have to serve a killer doll look and perform a lip sync to the song I Love Hollywood by Slater. And then for the fright feet, they get to play dodgeball. Which, I'm like, ooh. I would have been down for that. I'm like, oh, we finna play dodgeball? Let's play dodgeball. Now, there's only one Slater song that I know, and I'm finna check my playlist to make sure that is a Slater song. Let me see. Because it might be the song that I'm always... Hold on. What is the damn name of that song? Oh, it is her. Okay. It's a song called Purr. But you know the song that I say that drugs make the kitty go purr?
Yeah.
She sings that song. It's the Slater girl who did the I Love Hollywood also does the Purr song. Drugs make the kitty go purr.
That was a fixation for you for about a month.
You said what?
I said that was a fixation for you for about a month.
Longer, because it was just what I said to you. If you want to know how long I've said it, BJ still, one of my coworkers, BJ, still references that song to this day. Like, I was on the phone with her and I said something. She said, why? Because the drugs make the kitty go purr? Because I was saying it for months to that lady. Because it was just me and her at first. Then I started saying it to everybody.
I know, because it popped up on your Facebook post you had put What phrase do you think about when you think of me?
Yes, because that's what she put up there. No, you right. I forgot about that. She did put that in the comments. She did. But yeah, so the lady who sings the Purr song also sings this I Love Hollywood. So let's get into this
Yes.
dodgeball. They
So,
got
did
some.
you enjoy seeing our one little queen come back for the dodgeball game?
Say that again?
I said, did you enjoy seeing catching up with our queen that was hosting the dodgeball game?
Oh, yes. I was just going to get to our new extra sister, Cynthia Doll. So we're going to be seeing her throughout the season. I'm excited to see her again. You know, I had a love-hate thing with her last season. But by the end, I liked it her. So I'm glad to see her. And plus, now that I follow her on social media, I get to see more of her. And not what the Boulet's version of her they wanted us to see.
Right, not the edited version.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was good to see Miss Cynthia Doll again. Now, my one issue with this game of dodgeball, why was there only one ball?
Was there only one ball?
There was one ball. They
Oh,
could at least
God.
have like two or
One.
three. Maybe two, because there's not very many people playing. But at least have 2 or 3 balls going.
Right.
Because when
So
we
I
play
know that
dodgeball
took
going up, we had the
hours,
balls
no
lined up
reason.
all the way. I miss
Yeah, that took
dodgeball.
hours for no reason.
I miss dodgeball. I get why they took it away, but at the same time, I miss it. I used to love coming in on dodgeball days. We always knew because Coach would have that big old bag sitting on the side of his table. I'm like, we playing dodgeball.
For me, my favorite PE game was ball hockey.
That was good. Another one of my favorite activities was when we had that like rainbow tarp thingy that we threw up in the air and then all ran into the middle of it. I love doing that. We did that. We didn't do that when I lived in my hometown where I live now. We did that when I lived in Irving. Like we never did that down here. But when I lived in the city, that was something we did quite a bit.
I vaguely remember doing it in like elementary school, and then once we got to like middle school and high school and played in the gym, it was very structured. You come in, you get to stretch for a little bit, and then we do like so many jumping jacks, so many sit-ups, so many push-ups, and then we ran around the thing once or twice, and then we sat down, we did whatever lesson we were going to do for the day, and then go play soccer, go play hockey, go do this, go do that. Hockey, I was bad because I was like the violent one that would like choke you into the wall.
Yeah.
There's only been one time I played and didn't do that, and that was mostly because I was trying to hide a bruise on my leg from my teacher. And that failed miserably because somebody went and blabbed. And was like, LaCresha's got a big old bruise on her thigh. And then that became a whole thing.
Yeah. I'm finna say for me, dodgeball was always top tier. Once we got older, I was in athletics, so it was different. I don't know what they actually did in PE. Because I was on the football field or I was on the basketball court or, you know, doing what we did during the 40-something minutes during the middle of the day that they wanted teenage boys to go do athletics.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I was like, that's why I didn't do much. I'm like, first of all, I'm not going to shower here because ew. So I'm going to do very little during the athletic period. And then I'm going to do absolutely little during practice later. But yes, it was fun watching them play dodgeball. Again, I wish there was like 1 or 2 more balls. But by the end of it, we had a winner. And it was Jahara. Congratulations. And she won a curse. Let me see. She won the curse to give her opponent if I can speak.
To give a person of her choice, they had to wrap their one arm up and do their makeup one-handed.
Yes, if given the curse, they can only get ready with one arm. So we get back to the laboratory, and they got some luggage, which I thought that was cute. I'm like, I want some luggage.
So, that's what I was thinking.
But then again, I barely have enough room for the luggage I have now. I don't have room for that. Um,
I
so
need to
they
get
come
new
in,
luggage.
and Jahar decides to give the scroll to Auntie. Which I just knew she was going to give it to Asia for winning last week's challenge. But no, she gave it to Auntie. So Auntie has to get ready with one arm tied behind her back. And baby, she still turned it out.
Okay.
But we see
so
her
you was practicing, wasn't you?
had to be. But let's get to the main stage. Up first, we have our hostesses with the mostesses, the Boulet brothers. What did you think of the Boulets this week?
Hold on. I'm getting there. Oh, I love this. This was great. This was A+ for me.
I agree. This is an A+ all the way. I don't know who's in charge of the garments this season.
Them stylists.
Yeah, I don't know who's in charge of the garments this season, but give them a raise. 2 for 2.
Okay.
Except for those shin guards from last week.
Yeah.
But everything else.
Shin guards from last week kind of killed it.
2 for 2. So, this week we are joined by the creator of Chucky, Don Mancini, and Jennifer Tilly, who played Tiffany in the Chucky series. Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of Chucky, but I do know, I think The Bride of Chucky is probably the only one I've seen in its entirety. So, that's the movie that introduces Miss Tiffany.
Look, I'm old enough. I've seen the original Chucky and never went back. I think I watched The Seed of Chucky. That was the one I watched.
I've seen pieces of The Seed of Chucky, but the one I saw in its entirety was The Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, I've seen the first Chucky in its entirety, but that was decades ago.
Decades.
Shut up.
Decades.
And kick your butt. And I've seen The Seed of Chucky because Tiffany was like, I want to have a baby. I want to have a baby. So then, next thing you know, Jennifer Tilly had to be in the actual movie and play the mother and give birth and have twins. Although it was kind of sick, because in the end, she ended up, what did she end up doing? She ended up having the babies but keeping Chucky as a doll instead of transferring him to another human. She just had the twins and then bounced.
But yes, it was, and I'm glad they were here for the Killer Doll runway. So, what would you have done with Killer Doll if you were given that prompt?
Oh, Killer Doll. I would have bastardized the American Girl brand.
For me, I think I would have done the Cynthia doll from Rugrats. And Cynthia finally got sick of Angelica's shit. Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be sick. You would run around with her.
Just walk out holding it, and you can tell by her hair that it's Angelica. Yeah. She's sick of it. And I know we wouldn't be able to get the rights of it, but at the end I'll be like, Cynthia, she's a really cool dancer, Cynthia. Because deep down she's still that dumb doll. Oh. But yeah, that was the first thing I thought of. Killer doll, Cynthia. She got tired of Angelica. Whacked her.
Because I mean, you could sit there and mess up like a Disney brand and be like Bo Peep and just come out there dragging a full sheepskin and your crook has got a big old blood stain on it.
Oh no no no! What I would do if I did Bo Peep, instead of dragging a sheep, I would come out with a head that had a cowboy hat on it. She got sick of Woody's shit.
Oh God.
See, that's a common theme with my dogs. They got sick of somebody's shit.
They're tired of somebody.
They are sick of somebody, okay? Somebody had to go. Somebody had to go.
Somebody had to do it.
So let's get into these doll looks. Up first, we had Pie. Love this. A plus. A fucking plus. I wish we had enough time to talk about the unnecessary drama that Pie started this episode. Well, it started last episode, but he carried on into this one. But this look here, A plus. Mwah, love it.
A
what about
plus,
you?
Yeah.
Moving on to
I give it A plus too.
Moving on to Majesty. What did you think of Majesty?
Face paint aside, because I don't like clowns.
Is it really?
I thought this was a...
Yeah, it is. It is. I looked again. I had to look again. I'm like, yeah, it is.
What was I saying? But other than that, I thought this was a really good look. I don't get much doll from it. Like from the neck down, I get doll. Face paint don't necessarily give me doll. If I'm being honest, and this may not have been their intent, but staring at it for the last 5.5 seconds, I get menstrual doll, which really sucks. But I give it a B.
I agree with your B.
Them shoes really jacked me up.
Yeah, I agree with your B. Up next is Jahara. This is a no for me, dog. It is. It is. What did you think?
It's like Costco Minnie Mouse. Yeah.
Yeah. Up next is Scylla. What did you think of Scylla?
What doll is this?
I don't know. Is this a reference to an actual doll? Because if so, I missed it.
They claimed it was a reference to a pageant doll of sorts, like the runner-up doll. I've never heard of it, but then again, I've never been in pageants. If it's a real thing, I meant to look it up.
Probably like it's a reference because the doll probably was the winner, but her doll is the runner-up.
Regardless, though, like, I don't get down from this. You just look like a disgruntled toddlers and tiaras.
Yeah,
person.
It gives more pageant. I agree with that. It gives more pageant but I do see elements of doll. But it gives more pageant than doll. But what is your score?
This gets a B from me.
Oh, I was gonna give it a C plus.
Huh?
I said I will be giving it a C plus. Up next is Vivi the Force. I know you don't like dolls. I know you don't like clowns. For me, this is everything. This gets an A.
I don't like clowns.
I know.
So he looks like what is the clown on The Simpsons?
Oh, I don't know any of their names, but I do know the clown that you're talking about on The Simpsons.
Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow Bob.
I'm so old. I know it's supposed to be it. I don't. Ugh. It's away from me, dog. I hate clowns. I hate clowns.
I know. Let's move on to Aurora Cosmic. This was the only full body shot I could get was when her name was up. But I didn't particularly care for this. Like, I like it. So, like, it gets like a C for me.
I think because we've seen it before and we've seen it done better.
Yeah, speaking of dolls, Cynthia Doll did a look similar to this last season and ate it up.
Yes. She was a cheerleader.
So, this, I'll give it a C.
I agree with your C.
Up next, we have Gray Matter. A+. A+.
As much as I hate clowns,
I know.
This is more of a jester. I'm like, this is more of a jester.
Yes,
However,
tell yourself that. Tell yourself that it's more of a jester.
It's more of a jester. Not my jester, though. That's a Critical Role reference for those of you who don't know.
I caught it because, we've talked about the Critical Role characters.
I know, that's what I named my car. I named my car Jester. But this gets an A for me, actually. Because I know, like, I look at this and I know exactly what it is because I've seen that exact same creepy MF doll.
Baby, yes.
No, with the porcelain face and the wiggly body.
My God. I remember seeing one in the Salvation Army once. Baby, I laid it on his side. I'm like, you do not get to sit up, okay? No. Well, I ain't been to the Salvation Army in a minute. I wonder if Corsicana still has theirs. I might need to go by there. Anyway, I have a
Goodwill up the road from me.
Up next is Yuri. What did you think of Yuri?
Again, another little creepy porcelain doll. But this one's a marionette. This gets a C for me.
It gets a D.
I've seen it done better.
Yeah, it gets a D for me. I really like the shoes. The shoes is what's saving it from being it's a no for me, dog. Those shoes are everything. The shoes, darling, the shoes. So it gets a D for the shoes, okay? Up next is Desiree Dix.
I don't know why I wanted to call this person Dixie Norris. That's a completely different drag queen.
I love this. This.
I don't understand what people's problem with it was.
I don't get it either.
I think, because it's giving very antebellum, even though I know it's supposed to be Dominican, it's giving very antebellum Haitian doll to me. I like it. It was an A for me.
I give it an A. Uh-oh. I think she froze. Krisha? Oh, she did.
I'm fine.
Oh, okay. I think you did froze there for a second, but you're back.
If I froze, I didn't mean to, because I was in the same position and just kind of sat still for a minute because I was waiting for you to say something.
Oh, well, you may not have frozen, but it looked like, because you were like...
It's like, the same thing, you know? Okay.
So, what's your score?
I said A.
Oh, you did? Okay, see, you must have frozen, because I did not hear you say A.
Oh, my bad.
Up next, we have Asia Consent. These little creepy dolls. Ugh. What did you think of Asia?
I don't think this was the assignment.
I think it's like barely there. Like, I do know what doll she's referring to. But I think it's a little too far outside the box. You know, I love being outside the box, but I think you're a little way out there. You need to reel it in just a little. Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Oh, see, I was thinking just a little bit. with just a touch of love. That was not just a little bit that popped in my head. But what is your score from Miss Asia?
For some weird reason, my headcanon, he's not, but for whatever reason, he's like right just under R. Kelly in the creepiness vibes for him.
Really? Does he have any around him? Or is it just a gut feeling? It's just a gut feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, I get those gut feelings because there's some artists I'm like, you ain't did nothing, but I still don't trust you.
That's just like, and if you want to cancel me, go ahead, don't cancel Desmond. He's innocent in this. I am not a big Ashanti fan.
But you also got to think about the man's name. It is Slave. That alone, I remember the first time my mom told me who the artist was. I'm like, that's his name? Why'd he pick that name?
I think we're thinking of two different artists.
I think his name is Slave. Hold on, let me look. We're already past the time. A few extra seconds ain't gonna hurt nothing. Let me see.
Because I'm thinking of...
Yeah, his name is Slave. Just a touch of love. Just a little bit. With just a touch of love. So which artist are you thinking of that gives you the ick? Because his name gives me the ick, but his music is okay.
Oh, wow. I never saw that one. There's like a couple of them. But Keith Sweat.
Oh, Keith Sweat. Well, I watched the video on him and how he did Cut Close. I don't like how he did them. I don't like how he did them one bit. So, I'm with you. Forget him. Although I still bumped his music. But still.
Right. That's why I was like, he's just under R. Kelly for me on the ick factor.
Yeah, he's more like, right. He's on the ick list. But I don't think nobody's up there close to R. Kelly other than Chris Brown. Chris Brown's up there for me.
And P. Diddy, apparently.
Oh, yeah, he's up there now, too. Mm-hmm. Them three. Lock them all up.
I've never liked P. Diddy. Ever since making the band one, when he did the band dirty. And then the fact that I auditioned.
And I think that's what it was for me. I watched Making the Band, and I didn't like his behavior. So when I went to go remove his music from my playlist, I didn't have any of his songs on there. The only Diddy song that was on there was a feature, and it was that I Don't Wanna Know. Hey. And I kept it, because I'm like, well, I like Mario. He can stay. But when we get to Diddy's verse, I'll just, skip it. I'll go to the next one.
Right. No, I don't have a lot of Diddy music. I love, the thing is, I noticed a pattern when it came to Diddy. And that's like a completely different rant. But like, I noticed that he never kept artists for very long. All of his artists would like they would either stay or they would leave. They would have one hit and then you wouldn't hear from them again. So like I think the only artist he kept on for any like substantial amount of time was like 112.
And I would even argue Danity Kane, they stayed around long enough to do 2 albums. A lot of them don't get
right. They stayed around long enough to do 2 albums.
Day 26 as well. I think they got 2 or 3 albums too. But like nobody really stays long term with that man. No.
Because like if you think about it, like Dream came, Dream went. You had there was that one Christian album he put out, the gospel album, which was a collection of different artists he had, Danny and Dream, Danny Kane. There was this Puerto Rican rapper that was on there.
I didn't even know there was a gospel album that was released.
Oh, yeah. Look, for somebody who at one point in time wanted to be a singer, I deep dove into the music industry. And like I said, I even auditioned for Making the Band and then was like, whew, I didn't make it. Especially after I saw everything he had put the band through. Why are you sitting here abusing these grown people, making them walk from Brooklyn to freaking, yeah, from Brooklyn to Manhattan so you could get a piece of cheesecake. Then when they went and got the cheesecake and brought it back, you were gone.
Ghost.
Then, you know, we had that one person I really need to hear from, and that is Farnsworth Bentley. Bentley, I'm going to need you to resurface, sir.
Okay, let's get back to Asia Consent. What's your score here?
This is a C because I don't think it was the assignment.
I'll give it a C too. I think it's a little too far outside the box. I get where she's going. I get you're trying to be different. But yeah, it's a little too far out for me. Up next is Auntie Heroine. This was the only shot I could get of in the Jack in the Box. And this is an A plus, 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 plus. Did I mention a plus?
Oh, they sold this for real. I was like, okay, Auntie.
With one arm tied behind their back.
They didn't perform with one arm behind their back, but their makeup.
The makeup got them with one arm behind their back, yes.
And I'm like, see, I think they just didn't specify what arm you had to do. Because I think they taped down the non-dominant arm. Because if you take down the dominant arm, then maybe it would have been jacked up. But I think that this is something
that's what they should have did. They should
have
taped down the dominant arm. If it's going to be a curse, let it be a curse for real. Do it with your non-dominant hand. Let's see what skills you got.
Yep. Because, like, as soon as that arm went down, they were like, yeah, sure, go ahead, take my arm down. Go ahead. And then we're right back in the lining the eyes and getting the makeup. And the fact that it is symmetrical, the fact that it is clean, I'm like, oh, they've done this before.
Mm-hmm. But what is your score for Auntie?
This is what did you give them?
The A plus plus plus
A plus 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 plus
did,
and
then did I mention plus?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Up next, we get to see them perform to I Love Hollywood. And I think this is what got Jahar in the top. Because, baby, she ate down in that performance.
Yes, that lip sync is what saved her.
Because I thought she was just going to be safe. But that lip sync, oh, baby, that's what got her in the top right there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think I would have put her in the top because of the lip sync, but baby, she ate that up. So I was like, I get why she's there. I get it. Because you need to praise that because she ate that up. But overall, I don't think nobody just really did bad except for Yuri. But we remember the lip syncing skills from a few years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, afterwards, we got everybody lined up here. And who had your favorite look this week?
We'll be honest. Auntie kind of had my favorite look. I like the little Jack in the Box.
Oh, me too. It's 100% Auntie. 100%. So, we find out our tops and bottoms for this week are Auntie Heroine, Grey Matter, Jahara, Pie, and in the bottom we had Desiree Dick and Scylla. I'm shocked Desiree was in the bottom. Again, I didn't understand why they didn't like this. It's a thrown away old doll. The stuffing's coming out. There's the arms missing. Like, I
think it was the lip sync. Like, they didn't like the doll aspect, but I think the fact that, like, her movements were so hindered by the amount of dress that there was what's the appropriate English?
Yeah, I don't think she should have been in the bottom. Hold on, I'll tell you who I thought should have been in the bottom. You know me. I keep notes on that, too. Who do I thought should have been in the bottom? Hold on. Oh, snap, I passed it. Hold on, let me see. Here it is. I thought Yuri should have been in the bottom this week. I think Yuri and Scylla should have been the two that were up for extermination. I really do. But we find out that the winner is Auntie Heroine, which I agree 10,000% with.
I agree.
Auntie,
because they sold that lip sync in a box. How do you sell a lip sync in a box? with only half of your body out, going woo, 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 woo.
Yep.
Oh, I got it.
So we find out for their extermination, they brought back one of the classic ones that they've done. I want to say season 2, I think they mentioned, where they're basically getting stabbed with a whole bunch of piercing needles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't get a lot of it because, YouTube acts funny when it comes to real blood. So
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten a few shots. I think I could have done this. Yeah, I think I could have done this. But after the extermination, we find out.
I think I'd have been like that one person that was like, could you do it certain places?
But we find out that Scylla is actually the one who got exterminated. I actually liked how they did it. And I think all of these are going to be basically stuff that happens around the set. Like, the first one happened in the trailer. This one happened in the confession room. So,
Although I honestly feel like they did that because that's where she talks the most noise.
yeah. And also, I love how quick it was. Like, they sat down, they got started. She's like, yeah, I think I knocked that out. And then, get bye.
Because we don't want to hear you talk no more.
No more. And, like, I knew she was, like, obviously because it's the extermination scene. But I do like how they did it in the confessional. But, like, you know what? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But, honey, that's all I got. You got anything else for this?
Nope.
Well, honey, let's go ahead and wrap this up with a pretty little bow. Where can they find you on social media?
They can find me at Christian McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me in the club, pocket full of bud, my mouth. But if I'm not there, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye.